Question for you. How many inches are in a foot? What? 12 inches in a foot. How many feet are in a yard? 3. How many feet are in a mile? Oh, not as many hands this time, is there? What do you think, Hunter? Boom, nice. 5,002. You know what? Isn't that like weird? Why are these random numbers? Oh, we got 12 inches in a foot, and we got 3 feet in a yard, and we got 5,280 feet in a mile. Like, why is it such a pain? I don't know. It's called the customary system. For some reason, it's the system that we use, which is what we're used to. I'm going to show you the metric system tomorrow, and you're going to see how much easier it can be to use, because there's 10 millimeters in a centimeter. There's 10 centimeters in a decimeter. There's 10 decimeters in a meter. It's all by tenths. There's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. It's all by tenths. But since we have this system and this is what we use, I'm going to show you. This is on probably page in your book, I would say like 497 or something like that. You're going to want to have this. You're going to want to be able to refer to this. So I want everyone to open up to page 497. Or so. It's close to there. Is it on 498? So there's 12 inches in a foot, 36 inches in a yard, 3 feet in a yard, 5,280 feet in a mile, 1,760 yards in a mile. Okay, the one that I'm sure that a lot of you don't know are the capacity for every 1 cup, like measuring cup you have. You get 8 fluid ounces. There's 2 cups in a pint, 4 cups in a quart, 4 quarts in a gallon, 16 cups in a gallon. Okay, all of these things are things that if we were dealing with a metric system, you would be able to, and you were used to the metric system, you'd be able to just remember. You guys, a lot of you don't remember, just remember all of this stuff. So now, I want to show you something. Oftentimes, we're going to have to do this. You're going to be asked, well, how many feet are in a yard? How many, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Here's what we're doing. Pay attention. I know a lot of you can look at that and say that it's 27. Because you just use what's called a conversion factor. You just end up multiplying by 3. Okay? It isn't always that easy, especially when you're going from bigger to smaller. Okay? You can figure this out using ratios. Okay? So I know that most of you, like I said, most of you can look at this and go, oh, it's just, there's 27, or there's 3 feet in each yard, so you want to multiply 9 times 3, you end up with 27. I know that. I know that that's easy. I want you to know how to set up the ratio. Again, remember, I'm interested in the process. You need to prove that you know what you're doing. Okay? This is what I need to see from you. So what 2 things are we comparing? yards and feet. So you can do this. So you know you got yards on top, feet on the bottom. This is the same as last chapter, really. It's just ratios and proportions. So yards to feet. So we got, first of all, from that handy dandy little table on what page is it now? 496. From that 496, the first ratio, just take it off that table. Always. Just go look at that table. So yards to feet. So we got 1 yard is how many feet? According to your table? 3. Then, yards is top or bottom? Top. So we put 9 here, and we put our X there. Okay? This is how you show your work in order to prove this. Then you do your multiplication. Remember? That X, 1 times X is X equals 9 times 3 is 27. Okay? You're just setting up a proportion. Okay? It's actually pretty easy. This is actually a very easy thing to do. So with your whiteboards, I want you to do this. Get your whiteboards out. With this one, we're converting pounds to tons. Okay? So what 2 things are we comparing? Well, pounds and tons. According to the table, how many pounds are in a ton? Mason? So you take 2,000 pounds on top to 1. There's our first ratio, 2,000 to 1 equals, well, pounds is what we have. Can you do this, please, Corbin, on your whiteboard so that you know what you're going to do with your homework? Pounds is on the top or on the bottom right now? On the top. So if we put 10,000 on top, and our variables on the bottom because we're looking for the number of tons. This times this, 2,000 x equals 10,000. Divide by 2,000. Divide by 2,000. And you're left with x equals 5. And it's 5 tons. See how that works? It's the same thing. We've been doing this exact same thing since last chapter. It's the same. It's exactly the same. Okay? So I'm going to have you do the next one on your own on the whiteboard. Okay? Next one. Yeah, we'll do that one. I just have to. Feet over miles. We got 5,280 divide or over 1. And then it has us do 15,840 over x. It's so important that you always keep, if you decide to have feet on the top, you keep feet on the top. You can't switch them. If you start switching them, it's going to be a problem. So we end up with 50,280 x equals 15,840 Divide by 5280. Divide by 5280. And we end up with x equals 3 miles. Don't forget about your label. Okay? How about that one? Quarts to cups. Okay. Football goalposts are 30 feet tall. How many inches is this? Okay. Let's think about this for a second. What are we comparing? Feet to inches. So if we're comparing feet to inches, what do you think the first ratio is going to be? Depending on what we decide to do. If we're going to go feet on top and inches on the bottom, you're going to have 1 foot is 12 inches. There's our first one. Just got to make sure you put the letter in the right spot. You guys are looking good. Yep. Make sure that now we're talking about feet. We've got 30 feet. So that's there. Basically 12 times 30, which is x equals 360 inches. All right. I'm going to have you can get going on your homework. Page 498. $14 to $42 even. Hey, listen carefully. You have to, everybody, understand this. Corbin, you have to show your work. You have to show me the proportion that you are setting up. Okay? You can't just give me an answer. If you just end up giving me an answer, I'm not going to accept it as done. Okay? You have to show me the proportion.